Hello! It's Wednesday night here at the Ham Palace. I'm your host, Hambo. I'm here to talk to you about the importance of keeping yourself immersed in a hobby that leads to your goal. I'm going to turn this up a little bit more because I can't. Let me just a little bit more. Yeah, the importance of your hobbies. And right now, as it stands on March 18th, going into 19th, people are afraid of being bored. It's rare that I'm bored. It's very rare. Sometimes those moments do seep in. I think it's natural. But more times than not, I am occupied either writing, drawing, putting together a podcast, editing something on the computer, posting a video. Haven't talked to a lot of friends lately. That's something I have to get back to. And this time right now is a good time to start calling the people that you love, calling your friends, getting back with them, and just seeing, what the hell's up. That's something that is important. I have a lot of I don't want to say hobbies. There's things that I want to make into a living that I enjoy doing. But I just enjoy doing regardless. And that's drawing, comics, and writing, and exercising, playing role-playing games. Gotten back into that in a big way the past couple years. But yeah, these are things that build on my talents, my imagination, reading. It all feeds that machine. And sometimes, truthfully, I do get burnt out. It is possible to get burnt out in drawing. It is definitely. It is easy to get burnt out editing, film, and writing. But I will tell you, it is great to have that to come back to. It just feels like when I do, it's like ironing, sharpening. Ironing, sharpening, ironing. It's like sharpening iron, going between my passions. Speaking of passion, I'm going to go into a movie review. Finally watched Uncut Gems. I had meant to go see it in the theater, but the resources just never quite lined up. The weather never really quite lined up. It was a winter release and it was cold out. But I just watched it today on video, and the passion shows. The passion shines through. There's a making of on the disc that's watching, where they're talking about the directors and writers had worked on the script for 10 years. 10-year passion project. That's tough to keep the momentum going. But they did it with passion because they believed in the script. And Adam Sandler was saying that, I saw that it was very special to them, that they put a lot of time into getting just right, and it was important to them, and that they had a definite vision, and I didn't want to let them down. people are attracted to something that you are really fired up about as far as a story to tell. It shows, it shines through. And passion is something that is sorely lacking in a lot of TV shows and movies today. Yeah, we can get some better TV, definitely, and especially on the network channels. Network channels, most of the time, it's horrible. It's just so, I don't know what it is. It's not engaging. It's not. There's a lot of TV tropes. There's a 4-act structure I've never been that keen on, and people just can't pull that off that well without it being cliched. There's a lot of cliche cop shows out there. There's a lot of cliche doctor kind of stuff. It's just like, I don't know. It's just, they keep doing the same old, but it just seems so by the numbers because of that TV formula. There's some great TV. HBO does some awesome stuff. So does Netflix. I don't know why the network channels haven't caught on, and just for some reason it's just ugh. But anyway, let me get back to Uncut Gems. That was an interesting movie because it was, in a way, it felt like a movie about nothing. But I think the plot was so simple that it didn't really feel like a plot. There's going to be some spoilers in this one, so you've been warned. There's a lot of back and forth with Adam's character, and you get that he's a jewelry seller, and he has his own business, and he gets himself in. He finds this amazing gem, in a rock gem, an uncut gem, and he wants to he wants to kind of he wants to get $1 million for it, but for some reason it's coming in a lot lower than that. And Kevin Garnett shows up, he's good. He's a good natural actor. And Kevin Garnett wants it because he's superstitious and he sees The Rock as a good luck charm. And Garnett ends up taking it and holding on to it for a while, and Adam Sandler's freaking out about it. It's like he owes money to these guys. One of the guys is kind of like a family, like a brother or a cousin or something like that. It's just, as it goes on, it's just like he's kind of like, he owes people, you find out he owes people money, he gives people bad watches, and he makes promises that you don't know if he's going to keep. So he's a very flawed character. But you do root for him, and you don't know what's going to happen next, really. It's unpredictable, and there's always something awesome to be said about an unpredictable movie or TV show. I can tell you, the last season of Twin Peaks, very, very unpredictable. I liked it when I was watching the making of Uncut Gems. The directors were talking about, they go to David Lynch's Big Fish about finding ideas and snapping and grabbing them, writing them down when they find them. They did that in this, and yeah, it's a good movie. Overall, it's a good movie. The ending, I won't blow away the ending, but it does have you at the edge of your seat a little bit. It's not really bittersweet, but it's definitely Adam Sandler's best performance. I think this beats out Punch Drunk Love. He's character acting, which is fine, but he does it to such a level of realness. There's a real guy under that character. There's a lot of twists and turns in the movie. aesthetically, what I liked about it is the film grain look, shot on 35 millimeter. I really love that. A lot of indie movies are shot on video. A lot of them don't really get, some of them don't attempt to even look filmy. But these guys have made a few movies before this, I guess. I don't know which ones, but 35 millimeter Arri Panasonic. It's awesome. Love seeing that. And an anamorphic lens. It feels grainy and gritty, and you feel like you're in a movie, but the subject is very real. The emotions are very real. The music and the opening title, the opening sequence, is astounding. The music is like a synthesizer, like an old school synthesizer, reminiscent of like Doctor Who. Some old science specials I watched as a kid. It's got a very 70s vibe to the symphonics, and there's a cool transition where you're going through the inside of a gem microscopically, and this old school synth music. You're just going through that, through this journey, and eventually you come out, spoiler right here, you come out from the gem and you go into somebody's colon. And you come out the other side of a colon. Beautiful transition. The music was something else. I liked it a lot, and it plays throughout the movie. It's a good juxtaposed, contrasting kind of music, because it gives you a wondrous vibe. It gives you kind of like a little bit more innocent vibe, but full of wonder. Kind of abstract, but kind of full of emotions. And it just reminds me of watching, like, we had like a reel-to-reel camera in the video room when I was going to grade school, and we'd watch old school claymation videos and stuff like that, and science videos about you know, lava or the universe or something like that. And it has a very in search of kind of thing, kind of music going on, and it comes into play because there's a lot of adult scenarios. You know, there's some sex stuff going on. There's some adult stuff. There's like coke, you know, and there's a little bit of the violence. There's some heavy violence here and there. And the music comes back and it changes in a way, and it modernizes, and there's a beat to it. And then it just kind of comes back and it bookends towards the end, and I'm like, that's interesting how they did that. So I enjoyed Uncut Gems. I think it lived up to the hype. Not everyone's going to like that movie. I think the nature of it's kind of that unpredictableness, where it's more of a character study, a study of someone that's always betting, that's always he's teetering on playing the odds, and I can get a bigger deal, I can bank this and leverage it into something bigger, but in living on that razor's edge. And yeah, I would give it excuse me, boy, for that kind of movie, I give it almost a 9 out of 10. I don't know what could really give it a 10. Maybe a different ending, slightly different ending. But yeah, great character performance. And Adam Sandler, he's got a good range of voices he can choose from. One of the voices he used for this character was, the character just has a weird New York kind of accent. And I think one of his friends from his CDs, I remember that one of his co-comedians, it kind of sounded like this, It's like, what the fuck? What are you gonna do? Kind of like that. But he makes it kind of more New Yorker-ish, and he simulates that into the character. So, yeah. So I enjoyed that. I'm gonna try to watch some more movies that I missed in the theater the past 6 months, because I missed a lot of them. And also I've been getting away from comics, although I have talked about comics the last couple podcasts. I haven't been buying comics like I usually do, and I need to buy some more on Comixology because I don't have any more room for comics, really. I'm to maximum capacity with comics, and trying to give them away has not been easy for me. But been doing some videos. I've been doing some awesome drawing videos on the Marvel Way, how to draw the Marvel Way, the book, which you can find on Amazon, but you can also find at Five Below. It's a $5 store. They have it for $5. It's awesome. And I'm actually thinking about basing some of my course on it. Not the whole thing, but some of the parts in it. And that's why I'm kind of going over it and summarizing the parts that really resonate with me. And I'm posting them on my channel, my channel is Mustangs 7. Alright, if you still have problems finding Mustang 7, go ahead and type in Mustang 7 Muscleheads, which will bring you to my old school original Musclehead skit. And there you go. Also, guess what? I've got my Patreon page up and running. I'm not asking you to support me if you really can't right now. Times are tight. These are weird times right now. But I just want you to be aware of it. It is up there. And sometimes it has been a struggle to keep the old Ham Palace up and running. But I do it. But it has not always been financially easy for me to keep it going. So I'll put the information in the description. And may you all have long days and pleasant nights.